Hi students, welcome to plus 1 computer class. So we already completed our chapter functions in C++, how we are creating user defined function and what are the commonly used predefined functions in C++. The two categories were studied from the previous video. That means in the previous video we discussed about scope and lifetime of a variable and how we are creating recursive function and also how we are creating header files. So actually recursive function is used in some special cases. For example, in a function is calling itself. If a function calling itself, then it is treated as recursive function. So normally recursive function we are using to find the factorial of a number. Then how we are creating header file, save the file name with .h extension, and after that we can include it in our program. So when we are including user defined header file, we can avoid the function definition. Then in this video we are going to revise the chapter functions. Okay, revising means we are going to discuss some of the application level questions from this chapter. Okay, some of the important questions I already given as post learning activities. But some other kind of questions are present, so that we will discuss now, because this kind of question you can expect for your board examination. So here I am discussing the text back questions. Then the first section, very short answer type question, all the questions are direct to question, so we can easily find out the answer. Then in the short answer type question, there is one question present. Construct the function prototypes of the following functions. Okay, what you want to create? You want to create the function prototype of the following function. You know what is mean by function prototype. Declaration of a function is known as function prototype. So when we are writing the function prototype, you want to include the return type, value returned by the function. Then you can give a particular function name, then inside the parenthesis. Normally we are specifying the argument, but here we are not specifying the argument. Here we are specifying the data type of the function. So here A and B, two questions are already given. Total takes two double argument and returns a double value. Second question, math function takes no argument and has no return value. So look at the first question. What will be the function name? Function name will be total. Okay, what will be the function name? Function name is total. Takes two double arguments. So that means takes two double argument means the input data type will be double. So here we are using two argument, both are double, double comma double. Then every declaration statement or function declaration ends with a semicolon. Then one more is present and returns a double value. So what will be the return type? Double. So this is the function prototype for total function. So what is the general syntax of function prototype? Data type, function name, argument, data type. So here the function name is total. It accepts two double values. So that's why two double data type and it returns double data type. Okay. Then second one, math function. So we know the function name. What will be the function name? Math function name. Then it takes no argument. So that's why inside the parenthesis there will be no argument. Then what will be the return type? It returns return value. Has no return value. That means it returns empty value. For representing empty value, we are using the data type void. So this will be the second prototype for math function. Void math. There is no argument type is mentioned. So that's why we can write math. Clear? So like this we can write prototype of a function. Then distinguish between exit function and return function. Both are jump statement, but in return statement, after returning the value, we are exiting from the function definition and again we can go to the main function. So normally in all the function definition, instead of cout statement, we are including return statement. Then distinguish between call by value, call by reference, global variable and local variable. Function can be invoked without specifying all its arguments. How? The next question, very important. In C++, function can be invoked or active without specifying all its argument. Is it possible? Yes. Through default argument it is possible. If we are including initialized formal arguments, then we can avoid giving value to that particular variable. The function will work. If and only if we are using default argument. Okay. Then write down the process involved in recursion. Recursive function, a function calling itself. Then another question. Then here one C++ statement is given. Look at the following functions. Int sum, int a comma, int b equal to 0, int c equal to 0. Open the bracket. Return a plus b plus c, close the bracket. Okay, here one program segment is given. Program segment is given. Again I will write the program segment. First one, int sum, int a comma, int b equal to 0, then int c equal to 0. Okay, then after that open the bracket, return a plus b plus c, close the bracket. Okay. Then, what is the speciality of the function regarding the parameter list? Is there any speciality for the parameters? Yes, there is one speciality. What is it? Here, B and C both are initialized formal arguments. Initialized formal arguments are known as default arguments. So we can say that in this function or this function contains arguments with default values B and C. Clear? So both B and C is known as default argument. Initialized formal arguments are known as default arguments. Clear? Then the second question, give the output of the following function call by explaining its working and give reason if the function call is wrong. Okay, the first function call is, okay, I am going to write the first function call. First function call, cout okay, first function call cout sum of 1, 2, 3. Okay, first function called cout sum of 1, 2, 3. So I already mentioned in default argument value is assigned from left to right. So what will be the value of A? Value of A will be 1 plus value of B will be 2, then value of 3 C equal to 3. So 1 plus 2 plus 3, what will be the output? 6. Okay, for the first function call output will be 6. Second function call cout sum, then 2 arguments 5 comma 2. Okay, here only 2 arguments. There is no value for the variable C. So how it will work? 5 will assign to variable A. So instead of A we can write 5. Then instead of B we can write 2. Instead of C, it's already initialized 0. So you don't want to take any value. So what will be the answer? 5 plus 2 plus 0 equal to 7. Then third function call. Third function call is cout sum. C out sum. What will be the output? Actually, this is an invalid function call because in some function there are three formal arguments are present. In that three formal arguments, B and C are default formal arguments. That means default parameters because they are initialized. So if you give or if you forgot to give value to that variable, the function will work. But here A is not a default variable. So definitely you want to give at least one value to the function call. See here no values are present, so that's why this is an invalid function call because A is not belonging to the category of default parameters or initialized formal parameters. Okay, so this is invalid function call. The question itself, it indicates if it's working by explaining, if give the output of the following functions called by explaining its working and give reason if the function call is wrong. In this, the function call is wrong. Why? In this function definition, A is not a default argument. So that's why you want to give at least one value for the variable A. Then the second function call, C out sum of 0. Then what will happen? A will assign to 0, B already assigned to 0, C also assigned to 0. We will get the output, no? Yes, we will get the output. What will be the value? 0. Okay, so that is the speciality of functions with default argument. If the value is not given, it will initialize it with the value given in the function definition. So here we can there is a possibility that we can't give value for B and C, but for A you want to give value, otherwise the function will not work. Okay, so this is an important question. So this kind of question you can expect for your examination. Clear? What is the speciality of default arguments? Default argument, what does mean by default argument or default parameters? Initialized formal arguments are known as default arguments or default parameters. Clear? Then, the prototype of a function is, the prototype is already given. What is the prototype? Int, function name fun, function, then int comma int. Okay, the prototype of function is given, function int comma int. That means we are using two integer variable and the return type will be int. Okay, we are using two integer variable, the return type also an integer value. Clear? Then, so here the following function calls are invalid. So here some of the functions calls are already given. You want to write the reason for the invalidity. The first one, first function call is fun 2, 4. So here 2 and 4. So 2 will assign to first integer variable, 4 will assign to second integer variable. But this is an invalid function call because this function will return one integer value. So there are two possibilities. We can assign that integer value to a separate variable. Otherwise, we can include this as a function output statement. But it is not like that. This is just declaring a value. That means function returns an integer value. So you want to store that integer value into a particular variable. Otherwise, you can write this function call statement along with the cout statement. Both the cases are not present. So that's why this is not an invalid function call. Okay, this is not an invalid function call. Then, second one, cout function argument. Is it invalid? No, it's not valid statement, it is invalid statement. In the function prototype, it is not declared. That means these are not default arguments or default parameter. So when you are calling a function, you want to give actual arguments. Here actual arguments are missing. What will be the invalidity reason? In this function called actual arguments are missing. And then next one, val is equal to fun 2.5 comma 3.3. 2.5 comma 3.3 semicolon. So here we are initializing, or here we are assigning the value returned by fun function to the variable val. But this is invalid. Easily you can find the reason. Because in the function prototype we are using integer variable, but in this function call, instead of integer variable we are using fractional variable. So the data types are not similar for actual and formal argument. Formal argument it is integer, but for actual argument it is float. So both the data types are different. So the function call will not work. Clear? The data types are different for actual and formal arguments. So that's why the function call will not work. Then next one, C in function a comma b. We can't write like that. Okay, fun a comma b means it will execute and the value we are printing. So if when we are inputting anything into the function variable, we can't use scene statement. Definitely you want to declare that variable first in a comma b. Then after that we are calling a function. This is not calling, because calling a function means we are executing that concept. This is inputting purpose. Input purpose we can't use function call statement. Then one more is that set is equal to fun of 3. Set is equal to fun of 3. That means we are supplying value. Okay. Actually 2 formal arguments are present. So we require 2 actual arguments. But here only 1 actual argument is present. 1 is missing. So it will not execute. Okay, because 1 actual argument is missing in the function called statement. So it will not execute the function definition. Okay, so these are the different types of function calls. From this chapter now you can expect this kind of questions for your examination. And call by value and call by reference, predict the errors, predict the output, then identify the invalidity of function call statement, and also the important header file. Suppose you want to include math.h, then which had power of function, then which header file we are including. So all the header file match the following question can come, header file and also the function. And call by value, call by reference, then actual argument and formal argument. So these are the important type of questions from this chapter. Okay, so hope you understood what is meant by a user defined functions in C++, how we are defining a function. Actually for a C++ function, it consists of 3 different sections. First one is function definition. Then for executing that function, we are using function call statement. Then if we are including function definition after the main function, then you want to include one more term that is known as function prototype. Okay, so these are the important aspects that we are studying in functions chapter. So by this, all our program section, that means all the program chapters are over. Then 2 more chapters are remaining. One is networking and the next one is ICT communication. So both are theory chapters. Okay, so especially function, it's very important, because next year you want to write some of the function program from JavaScript and also PHP. So this is the base. So this you want to study, then the remaining section, that means in PHP and also JavaScript also you want to write functions program. Okay, so hope you understood the remaining section. That means the next 2 chapter we will start from the next video. Okay, then thank you.